Are you completely frustrated dealing with chronic tennis or golfer's elbow that just won't seem to go away? Has it been going on for weeks, months, or possibly even years? Have you tried it all from physical therapy to chiropractic to ice and heats and creams and gels and complete rest and braces and stretches and strengthening exercises, and it still won't go away? Well, today we break down why that is, what's the real root cause of what's going on, how do we actually overcome and fix the issue once and for all, and get back to doing the things that we love. Let's get into it. So real quick, guys, I just wanted to share my story with tennis elbow and golfer's elbow because I dealt with both. I dealt with it for over a year, wasn't able to do the things that I love to do, wasn't able to do a pull-up or lift weights, even basic household, kind of daily activities bothered it, from turning a doorknob to using a pepper grinder to mowing the lawn. Anything that involved the grip was really uncomfortable, caused a lot of discomfort in my elbow area and the forearm, and everything I did was just focused on the symptom, and it didn't actually give me relief. So that's why I wanted to make this YouTube video. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of confusion and frustration that's really unnecessary. You just need to understand the real problem and the real solution. So let's get into that. So the first step in overcoming tennis elbow or golfer's elbow or any other elbow issue you're dealing with is identifying what the real root cause problem is. If we don't know what the problem is, we don't implement the right solution. So it starts with asking the question, why does my elbow hurt? The biggest thing I can try and impart to you guys over this screen is that your elbow is not the problem. Your forearm is not the problem. You don't need to be doing a bunch of things that are specific to the elbow. If you do, you're not going to fix the problem because the elbow is not the culprit. It's the victim of what's happening elsewhere in your body. In this case, your shoulder. Your shoulders are out of balance. They're misaligned. They're not doing their job that they should be doing, and so stress goes down the chain to your elbow. Much like your knee, if your hip is super tight, that translates stress down to your knee joint. If your hip's super weak, translates stress down to your knee joint. The same goes for the elbow. It's just the hinge joint of the upper body. If your shoulder is out of balance, out of alignment, the elbow compensates. It makes up the slack for what your shoulder's not doing. Why is the shoulder not doing its job? You have a bit of a muscular imbalance going on around your shoulder. I can pretty much guarantee if you look in the mirror, your shoulders and your arms are, either kind of internally rotated and or rounded forwards, specifically on the side that's bugging you. If your shoulders are out of position, out of alignment, your elbow takes on the stress. It makes up the slack and range of motion for a shoulder that's not articulating properly. If your shoulder's not positioned correctly, it's not retracted, and it's not hanging with the blade of the hand facing forwards. If I give it a thumbs up, my thumb should point straight ahead. If that's not the case, your elbow is going to be it's going to take on more stress. So that is the problem. You need to get your shoulders retracted and also externally rotated is the technical term. We can do that through different corrective movements that we'll go into in a bit here. But the biggest thing I can try and impart to you guys, what the real problem is, it's how your shoulders are aligned. That is the real culprit, and your elbow is the victim. Stop focusing on the elbow. The creams, the gels, the wrist curls, the stretches, they don't work. Or maybe they give you some temporary relief, but they don't actually fix the real problem, so it doesn't actually eliminate the symptom. So let's get into the actual solution. How do I start restoring the alignment of my shoulders so that my elbow can finally let go and stop taking on this added friction and stress and inflammation? So let's get into it. All right, guys, so we got 3 exercises to help you overcome tennis elbow or golfer's elbow through actually addressing the root cause, which is your shoulders and how they're rotating and positioned correctly. So exercise 1, we got the standing shoulder reset. So we have our feet straight, fists width apart, shoulder blades pinched down and together. That's super important. And then just making forward circles 40 times forwards. And then we reverse it and we go palms up. So palms up, 40 circles backwards. We're gonna do that for 2 sets of 40. This one's starting to get those shoulders more retracted and waking up the muscles of the rotator cuff that externally rotate the shoulder into better alignment to take stress off your elbow. This one really effective. Even if you just did this exercise, you likely would get some relief. Next up, we got this one lying on our back. This is the supine overhead reaches. Lying on your back with your legs up on a chair, couch, or ottoman, and your knees at 90 degrees along with your hips. You're going to interlace your fingers, elbows locked out straight, and bring your arms all the way overhead, touching the floor if you can, and then coming back over the top of your chest. Doing that for 3 sets of 20. You can do them a little bit slower than I'm doing them here if you like. It can feel good to even pause all the way overhead. That will really help open up your shoulders and your thoracic spine, which will have a really positive effect on your elbow. And so finally, we have the 3-position external rotation. You want to take all these exercises in order, guys. So this is the 3rd exercise in the sequence. We have our feet pigeon-toed facing a wall. You're going to bring your arms all the way overhead into an I position. This is position 1, and you're constantly, with the fingertips curled in, constantly trying to turn your palms behind you actively. So want to be active with this. It's an isometric rotation. So you're trying to rotate your palms behind you. Now we're in the Y position, about 30 to 60 seconds each position. And then finally the T position, constant rotation, waking up that rotator cuff to help your shoulders fall into better alignments and take stress off your elbow. All right, so I'm hoping this video just helped at least one person out there. If you're consistent with these exercises, it will work. Just takes a little bit of consistency, a little bit of dedication. Doing them ideally first thing in the morning, before your workout, if you do have one, or before your day. And just stay consistent with it. Take them in the order that I presented them today. That's important. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know how it goes for you down in the comments. If you want to book a coaching and evaluation call with me, links in the description. And look forward to talking to you guys over Zoom. Like I said, let me know if you guys have any questions. Like and comments. Subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks.